right on Ridge Road.
Hi, it's me, Nancy, today. There's been so much going on. I just thought I should talk to you. Something, I don't know what to do to get rid of that thing. Anyway, I'm supposed to turn here. Hi. So I have been visiting with a wonderful LDS
Turn right
family.
on Ridge Road.
Okay, you have to be a little quieter. If I'm not paying attention to you, being loud isn't going to help. Sad, but true. Being quiet, if I'm paying attention, I'll look at it.
Drive 14 kilometers on Ridge Road.
You're way too loud. Okay, so you got to get quieter. There's a quiet button. I'll just have to pay attention. My ears are not as good as they used to be, though. I don't understand what's with that. So I don't know where I am, as usual. Windsor Fair. I want it to take me on back roads. I don't want to go on highways. I like the back roads. It's interesting. If the back roads are not too terribly back roads, you get to go through all the small towns. That's fun, isn't it? Do you like doing that? So these guys I've been staying with watch my videos. And I tell you, that was fun. I mean, they know me. You know, it's like they know me better than my daughter knows me because they watch me every day. Which is really fun. So they were telling me all the things that they do. So they watch, Wendy likes to watch the videos of me just talking, my updates, because they put her to sleep. I made her a bag, and it says, Nancy Today University. Classes put me to sleep. I used to make those Nancy Today bags. Remember that? And somebody in Georgia years ago said to me about Nancy Today University. They said, what did she say? I've learned so much watching your videos, Nancy. Now this was like 7 years ago. So all these, I've got 18,000 videos. So 7 years ago, she already felt like she had received a degree in Nancy Today University. So she needed the sweatshirt. So she said something like, I've learned so much from Nancy Today University. I think I need a sweatshirt. And so then I started going to Walmart and buying those bags, which I didn't know shrunk. But there's those plain cotton canvas bags. Cotton canvas? Is cotton a canvas? Canvas is not a fabric. Canvas is not a yarn. It's a fabric. Something was pottery on that sign. Who sells general store? Hussey's general store. Wedding gowns, clothes. That would be cool. You go to the general store where you can buy a wedding gown. I should go back and make a video. But I don't feel like it. See, that's what's happened to me. I used to make really cool, fun videos, but now I don't feel like it. And so I just talk because that's so easy. I can just sit here. Now, why didn't I feel like it? I think I was, as soon as I thought of doing it, I was remembering how I felt when I was videoing. And often people don't want to be videoed. So although they might not mind you videoing the store, they don't want to be videoed. And so I would end up hiding it and not letting people see that I'm videoing. But then I felt dishonest. And so, see, because you say, wouldn't you say, may I make a video? of your store, and they suddenly think about the way they look and the way they talk and what they're going to talk about, and they don't, it just brings up this whole set of questions that are not necessary. Now that's how my daughter sees conversations with me, that sometimes talking about anything makes me ask questions on my concerns. Oh, somebody's phoning me. Okay, bye. Hi, sorry about that. I got a phone call. Do you know when I plug my phone into the auxiliary and then I turn the radio on and I can hear on the radio how I can hear the information on the radio. Sorry, you had to get up. Hi, it's me, Nancy, today. Sorry, I got interrupted a minute ago. Don't know what. Oh yeah, I had a phone call. Phone call from back home. Somebody got my phone number mixed up with my son-in-law's. Or the home phone and my cell phone mixed up. Anyway, that was nice to talk to her for a moment. But I find that the cord between my cell phone and the auxiliary plug, it goes into the radio. I turn the radio on, and then it hears me, and it talks to me. And so, when I'm talking, they cannot hear me if they're making any noise. And so they say we've got a bad connection, but really, they won't be quiet. They're used to interrupting and being interrupted, and so you have this kind of interrupty conversation. That won't work. It has to be like I say it, and then I have to say over. They wait until I've said over, and then they start. But Willem, he'll say something, and then he'll say over, or like he'll just keep making noise. I don't know why people just make noise. Maybe my talking is just noise. Do you think it could be considered just noise? I suppose it's possible. It looked like that motorcycle was made into a mailbox. So we have a slow sign, and I like her yellow. I like your yellow. These kids that stand out there all day in the rain and in the sun and in the bugs. Sometimes in bug season, I really feel bad for them. Anyway, so do you have that problem with your radio when I suppose Bluetooth would be better. I don't think this car's radio has Bluetooth. This is nice. I told it to disable. So now which way is which? It looks like it's kind of straight and then curves. No, it isn't. That's that one. This is the one I want. Uh-oh, I'm going to be on a highway. It's a divided 2 lanes. Oh, look at the teacup on top of the post. It's actually on top of what looks like a chimney. China, 7 miles. Bangor, 53. I think I should be turning here because I'm going to Bangor, Maine. I am. Bangor, Maine. Hey, isn't that where Dark Shadows was based? I wonder if that's nice lady with white hair. She's probably my age. Since when is that like? People with white hair. There's this thing about turning 60, or maybe it's a different year, but once you realize that you're 60, you're in this whole different group of people. And the people recognize each other, and so you are now a member of that group, which is great. You're no longer invisible. Yeah, that's a point. you're invisible for a while when you turn 40 or 50 or something like that. Anyway, you're invisible and you'll be in a room and nobody will notice you. They won't even think of saying hi. They will wander around conversations with, unless they really know you and are your friend, but if they are, they're probably your age. But younger people, you're invisible to them. But now that I have white hair and I look like I'm 61, people my age and older, she smiled and waved when we let each other go by. Pleasant View Ridge Road. And this is a pleasant view, I suppose, if there were not a hill in the way and trees and swamp. Oh, but I think it's going to be behind those trees is the Pleasant View. I think they named the road before the trees grew up. Do you know the trees, the earth wants to be covered. It always covers itself. The earth is very modest, really. You know, you take away all the covering from oh, now I think there's a water down that road. I'm going to have to go that way. Okay, now I'm going to have to tell my cousin that I'm going to be a little later. Okay, it says I'm going to get there at 10:14. We're supposed to meet at 11. I'm right beside this pond. See, you want me to go to this pond, don't you? If I go to this pond, you get to see it. And you don't have to drive. I'll do all the work. Leave the driving to us. Hey, I should put that at the end of all my driving videos.
500 meters. Then turn right on Pond Road.
Go. See, it used to be go Greyhound, right? Go Greyhound and leave the driving to us. This way is not going to take me where I want to go. It's going to take me beside the lake, but I can't see the lake. That other one goes down to the lake. Pond Road or something. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Gusker, for allowing me to... You know, you don't hear that very much anymore. Mr. and Mrs. Gusker.
Turn right on
Do you
Pond
say...
Road.
I mean, not
Then
that I
turn
ever
right.
hear the word Gusker. Who would hear the word Gusker? Not me. So this says Pond Road.
Turn left on Lucky View Drive.
Wait a minute. She wants me to go there. But if I go this
Turn
way...
left on Lucky View Drive.
This is not a road, is it? It shows it as a road. It's going over their yard. I don't think I better go that way. I think I better mind my P's and Q's. I'll go back on the road. Sorry. Well, let's go just down here for a minute. Let's just see what we've got. So I need a jingle, like go Greyhound and leave the driving to us. Go Nancy and leave the driving to us. No, that's not right. Go Nancy, no.
Take 150 meters. Then make a turn.
Go drive, go road tripping.
Make a turn.
There's the lake down there. And leave the driving to us. Oh look, we have a dead end road. And the road did end. Did end or dead
When
end?
possible, make a U-turn.
When possible, make a U-turn. All right. Hey, why don't I just go right out here? Isn't this where you want me out here? You didn't know I could go this way, did you?
Drive 500 meters. Then turn right on Pond Road.
Lobster clams. Those are called crab shacks or clam shacks. I don't really think clams are. I like the flavor, but I don't like the texture. Maybe if it were ground up. I like crab meat. Crab meat is very nice. We're along around this pond the whole way. Go driving and leave the bother to us. Hey, that's it. Go driving and leave the bother to us. Go traveling and leave the driving to us. How's that? Go back roading and leave the driving to us. Is it really driving? Let's see. And leave the guiding. I could be the guide. Go traveling and leave the guiding to us. To me. Okay. Go guide. Go traveling. Riding is good. Go riding and leave the guiding to me. And then I could laugh just like that. I could record that. Hey, maybe I can go back and take that clip and then I can add it as an addendum to all of my driving videos I've ever made. You didn't think I was smart enough to do that, did you? You know, when I go in a store, because I am of the other generation, that is the invisible ones, I go into a store and people don't know how you deal with invisible people. So they come up to me and, is she real? Yes. Did you want something? Yes, I'd like a new SD card for my camera. Or I'd like a whatever. And they say, oh. And you know, they treat you like, you know, and here's the on button. And then you swipe it this way. And they just don't think that it's possible that you could learn, because they've never seen you in an educational environment. I mean, they've seen you as a grandmother, and what does a grandmother know anyway? I mean, she doesn't do anything. She doesn't work. She just hangs out and weeds her garden, right? That's what old people do, right? And so young people, they don't know how to deal with old people. I didn't know how to deal with old people. I had to figure it out. My son once said, I said, you want to come and meet my mom? He said, no, I'm not into needy people. Needy people. My mother. But you know, all of the doctorate degrees and the books, walls of books that have been read, and all the paintings on the walls and the baskets, and it doesn't mean anything if they're over into that next, to that, the white hair, those people, the ones, you know, they have health problems, they drool, they can't drive very well, they're always blocking traffic and going too slow. And then suddenly it's happened to you. Ah! That's a trip. That was a hard year, but I'm over it. So now I'm living in the 60s. Yep, I'm right back in the 60s now. So I figure I'm 61 until September, so I'm going to stay 61 if anybody asks. Of course, I'll probably know what my age is, but I'll tell them I'm 61, but I'm really, I don't know what I'll say. You know, you don't know what you're going to say until the moment is there. And if you say something, you know how something is funny? Like, I've never tried to make anything funny. Oh, that was a nice view of a house against the backdrop of a lake. Can you rewind that? Tell me what I said. You know, when Joseph was translating the Book of Mormon, he never did that. He never, said, where did I leave off? Or anything. Nothing. He just sat down and started. Anyway, I can't do that. So where did I leave off? Go driving, go riding, and leave the road trip to us. You saw it here last. You can do this at home. Results may differ. We're right beside, oh look, there's the lake right there. my family must have known somebody there. Maybe it was the Replogals from New York. But we stayed with somebody, and we went, I went water skiing on Lake Memphremagog. And I was good at it. It was good. And then there was, in Connecticut, I was with my cousin once, and he taught me how to windsurf, and I was good at it. That's cool, eh? I wonder if I could still go horseback riding now that I got two good hips. My legs will go everywhere I want them. What are you saying? Turn on Pleasant View Ridge. It is kind of a pleasant view right down here. I would show it to you, but I'd have to take my hands off the camera. I was supposed to turn on that one. So instead, I will go in here.
Continue 650 meters.
So I've been
Then
trying to
turn right
upload
on
some
Albion
videos,
Road.
and I was amazed at how good the reception is out in the boonies in Maine. Maynards are people that live in Maine. I never knew that.
Turn left on Lakeview Drive.
I like Maine.
Drive 650
It's different than New
meters.
Hampshire
Then
and
turn right on
Connecticut.
Albion Road.
Now we're okay? Were you telling me something I wasn't supposed
Drive
to?
3.4 kilometers. Then turn right on China Road.
Well, I don't know why you wanted me to come this way. Is this a shortcut? It's prettier. If I had the right size card, I could put it in this camera that's attached to your window. You can put a camera outside to video the whole thing. I need a card. So that's what I'll do today, is I'll get a little card for it. It's smaller, I think, than the card in my GoPro Hero. That one is
Continue 450 meters. Then make this road.
oh, you want me to U-turn? I thought you wanted me on this road. All right. You know, you really ought to pay attention when you're driving. You ought to pay attention to everything you do. But if you're really paying attention, you'll never be able to do two things at once. This is a really cool place. Nice barn and a farmhouse. Reminds me of farms long ago. Long ago, and oh so far away. I find that being lost is so much more interesting than driving. Don't you think? I mean, than getting there fast. Oh, the Joe Pye is in bloom. You know, I've never been anywhere else that has the kind of plants that I have. I mean, Ontario, right? Everywhere there has the same things. Okay, so we're going to turn here on Danforth
Turn
Road.
right on Danforth Road.
See Danforth Road? There it is. Okay, so we'll go. Do you want me to just leave you there so you can look at that?
Continue 2.7 kilometers. Then turn right on China.
You know what we did last night? We were making basket. We were making a basket. Yesterday, Kathy and I went out in the woods. She does everything natural. Like she makes her own products of all sorts, and soap, and she's learning everything out in the woods. She spends a lot of time out in the woods while her daughter's in school. She's a mom at home, stay-at-home mom. I guess they've been homeschooling for many years. So she knows her woods really well. So we went out there, and I was trying to find her stuff to teach her how to make a basket. So the available thing was birch bark. So we wandered around and found trees, fallen trees, and I showed her how to cut the bark and get it off of the dead tree. We found a standing one, and it had lichen, like a small amount of lichen growing over all the bark. And when we got it off, you get it off, you cut it down the center, then you stick your spatula in and you push it around, and you do it on the other side until the whole thing will come off. And then when the whole thing does come off, if you've got a lot of the inner bark, which is now rotten wood, in there, you can close it up around the pole again, and then you can rub it up and down and back and forth, and that will help get rid of the stuff. Not that much, but some. Then you need to scrape it. You need to use a blunt metal spatula. Is the best thing for scraping. So 10:18, if I go the speed limit, I'll get there at 10:18. So I should be good. As long as I keep driving, I should be there on time. And it's nice to go on back roads because it's calculated going slow, which is the speed limit, right? So, what was I going to tell you?
100 meters. Turn right on China Road.
Here I am. I've been driving so long, and now I'm in China. That was a beautiful
right
dragonfly. I'm going to go back and look at that dragonfly thing. It's really pretty. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby?
Turn right on China Road.
Said you again now, baby. This is gorgeous. Look at that. It looks like stained glass. I want to make that. So they've just painted it. I had one of these post legs, and I had 4 fan blades. And I was gonna do this. I had all this sort of stuff, but I just never, I was in so much pain I never felt like doing anything. And so the cleaning out time came, and all these treasures left. Oh, a very upset puppy lives here. A good watchdog. Someone's man's best friend. The oxytocin razor. Isn't that neat? I just think that's the best. Alright, now I'll be there at 10:20, so I did use up some time. Didn't leave early enough to do this. Okay, so I'm going to write in my journal. This is how I write in my journal when I drive. I push the little microphone button on my iPhone, and then I start talking. So there's a lot that has been going on in the last few days, period. I have so much that I haven't written about, exclamation point. So we went riding 4-wheelers in the woods, exclamation point. I had no idea that you could go over roots and rocks and holes like you can with those. I am really very surprised. Okay, and so then I push space and I push the little... I am really surprised. Exclamation point. New paragraph. There's a Mennonite family with 10 children that has just moved in down the road from my friends, period. They came over yesterday, and there's enough kids there up to 20 years old and down to about 3. And they get out and they can there's enough for a baseball game. Space and microphone. Game, period. New paragraph. He asked, the dad, asked if I wanted to go for a ride in the covered buggy, horse and buggy, period. I asked around and we filled up the horse and buggy, or the buggy, and went for a ride, exclamation point. I had never ever been in a Mennonite covered buggy before, period. The roof is slats and the whole top is covered with, it's a boat. The whole top is covered with, what is it covered with? Canvas, period. Hey, there's a teepee out there, period. New paragraph. So I'm near Bangor, Maine. Let me see. Cedar Springs Golf Course. Period. New paragraph. You don't know what I'm saying when I'm saying canvas, do you? Nothing really special about this drive here. Pretty normal. It is. We're up on the mountains or ridges or something, but it's not that high up. I like the little white buildings. So Unity and Bangor. So I'm going to turn off and go to Bangor. I like to take that dirt road, but I guess that probably won't get me there by 11. So where's this road? Oh, I'm on the road. Oh, it's the other one turned off. Okay, here we go. in the buggy, period. No, not and Cody. It echoed, period. She gave up. They have steel covering the wooden wheels, period. When we first got in there and started moving, and all of our weight was just on these thin little wooden wheels, I felt afraid, period. But that feeling went away, period. Stopped in to visit some other neighbor, comma,